What? What's up, everybody? This is your boy EMW Figure Shelf, and today this is the debut episode of Arena Showcase. Now, usually on the channel, this is the EMW channel. As you may know, I have produced EMW shows for many times on out. I think actually coming up this February in like about 2 months, it'll be, for me personally, 16 years since I've been on YouTube, which is crazy to think. But in that time, I've really thought about doing different things on the channel. I always experimented, and this is one of those things where I feel like enough people would hopefully enjoy this type of deal. Where usually, you see your setups and things like that, and I like personally having different hybrids and spins on things, and you'll understand that more for the new followers, new subscribers, all that good stuff. So please leave a comment down below, like if you haven't liked already, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Let's move on. So with any further ado, just jump right into this. For those that are new to the channel, this is a custom stage I had built with my father. This really was a somewhat of a gradual thing that's went on for a couple of years. This piece of wood is a solid piece of wood, and I really don't think it's that interchangeable, because it's kind of, this whole thing works like a puzzle these days, especially with having a roof now, and then this top piece as well. So while Nitro never had this or a chandelier, I think it looks kind of cool, because quite honestly, if you've seen my setup before, I had the Mattel stage that I had customized on out, and I got very bored of it, to be frank, because while Mattel did a cool job with those stages, to have just that 365 days a year as a centerpiece, especially when you have the itching to want to do different stuff. And, to do stuff within your scale, within the room that you have. I don't have the space to do a full-scale, huge setup for some of these displays that I want to do. But I make things enough where they could be as interchangeable as possible these days. With that said, this piece of wood right here, with this little room, this is actually a little wood room that was custom built by me and my father not that long ago, maybe a couple weeks ago. I actually built it more in the idea of the WWF Raw's War set, where they had that little space in between in the center where they came out. And this gives me a little more freedom to do things like that because a lot of stages did have that kind of just centered look, and you can do a lot of smoke and mirrors and change things around. But another interchangeable piece that I have for this type of set, if you guys follow my Instagram, here's a wood frame that's interchangeable. Where I put the iPad on here. This is Velcro. The iPad has Velcro backing on the case, and this is a like a gloss, sparkly type of backdrop that the entire stage has. And you know, this here is for the LED tunnel that I made goes right into it, and then this is just like a plastic sleeve where I could just implement images that I print out. This is a full gear thing I designed in Photoshop, and I just put it right in there, and I could, you know, change it and do whatever. And, you know, quite honestly, it looks a lot better, in my personal opinion, to do certain things like this. But moving on, let's focus on WCW, shall we? So I'm gonna actually take this second now to take the camera, go in and show everything, and show a lot of stuff, because a lot of you guys will understand where all the Mattel sets and everything, where they came from, but I'll go into detail on like fix-up customs, you know, little accessories where I've found things that you may go, hey, where'd you find that? You know, let's move right into it. All right, so moving on to the rest of the setup here. As you can see, here is the entrance wall, stage, whatever you want to call it. I can provide the link down below for a better tutorial video on oral explanation on how I did all this, especially when it comes to the chandelier and all that. But you may wonder, oh, Nitro never had that. I know they didn't, but I just thought it looked really cool for this setup to just keep it in there. So, you know, kind of why not? I've never been someone to, while having accuracy is amazing, and I shout out to those people that are accurate to the nose, personally for me, I don't mind doing little hybrid things and tweaking things, because, you know, anything could be copied, but to take something and create new ideas off of that is a true definitive part of being creative, which I enjoy being. But anyway, so these are just little things I printed out that I've made in Photoshop to have that Nitro look. Right here is actually a custom made girder. I think these are 3D printed. I actually had to glue these together via super glue, and stuck a little Nitro thing there. These are, I got on Amazon. These are like a little kit my buddy Uncle Jay, good friend from high school, had sent a link to me. They're like little flames, so I thought it looked cool to have like the little tiny flames coming up. They look better for different types of scaling shots. I know they may seem a little small, but for there, I'm like, why not? Just put them right in there. As you can see, there's the iPad. It's actually Velcroed on to the backing. There's that little room I was talking about. I actually have a LED light my bricks light there from my good friend Mr. Bonesaw, aka Patrick Riley, who is my EMW commentator, color commentator, I should say. And then there's a plastic sleeve there where I put the Nitro logo on the back. And like I said, this is a custom room where there's like wood there, there's wood there, and then this is actually blank. There's like a big gap there that I put a curtain, so they could come through the curtain. And then this ramp is actually, we just made this not that long ago. This is a custom made ramp. This is 2 pieces of wood slapped on together, glued together via wood glue, all that good stuff, and then spray painted black. Then I put gusset plates that I got on eBay from the seller that had made these, and then we put the gusset plates on. We bolted them down because I was trying to hammer them and they were not leveling out, so We had no choice but to bolt them down, and honestly, I'm like okay with the way that looks. And then, you know, we made a little piece to make the ramp, which is a lighting on the same connector as the chandelier. And then here's the ramp itself, where I fed the wires through, and on the little areas after putting the gusset plates in, and then you know, such as that. And it really makes it look more authentic, to be quite honest with you. And then there's a custom WCW announce desk that I got from MK Collections on eBay. I believe that's the name, MK Collections. He made these awesome 3D printed Nitro desks. As you see, Larry Zbyszko, Tony Schiavone, Bobby the Brain Heenan, and there's Bischoff trying to have a little tete-a-tete with Larry Zbyszko. That is a custom Bischoff I got a while back on online. It was like R3 Tech legs and torso from Jakks, with the Jakks Ruthless Aggression Eric Bischoff head, jacket, and arms. I cannot wait till we get the Ruthless Aggression era Bischoff from Mattel. That'll look more in scale, as his hands just look gigantic. But you know, moving on, here's the Ultimate Warrior, or well, the Warrior, about to attack Hollywood Hogan, who's having a mouth of words because Macho Man Randy Savage turned his back mean gene on the NWO because they turned to the Macho Man. Moving on, as you see, there's the Jersey Boys. I really did like this group of DDP and Bam Bam Bigelow, as they're having a little face-off with Bret Hart and Roddy Piper. Moving on here, Rey Mysterio about to hit what WWE fans would now know as the 619 to Eddie Guerrero, wearing his LWO shirt for my good buddy WXF. Omega Guerrero is his name online. He makes custom shirts, and Juventud Guerrero is right behind him to also come up with some type of attack. Flair is getting in the face of my custom Great Muta, also made by Omega, is that shirt. And then the IWGP, I want to say version 1 or version 2 title from Forbidden Figurines. I love this belt. She's got all like little bedazzled jewels and all that. It looks great. Eventually I want to get a Flair belt with the Flair name and the maroon strap, because that was the original Flair Big Gold. Moving on, here's Jushin Thunder Liger as Ultimo Dragon's looking to do some type of springboard attack onto Liger. Rekindle some type of rivalry from one of their Wrestle Kingdom matches, maybe for the NWA Junior Heavyweight title. There's Booker T of Harlem Heat just hit the double axe kick to Dogface Gremlin.
Rick Steiner,
he's out for the count, as Goldberg's about to hit the jackhammer on Lex Luger while holding the WCW United States title. I love the fact Mattel's making these belts now. Big Papa Pump Scotty Steiner hitting the clothesline, or the axe bomber even, on Stevie Ray. The Giant about to choke slam Sid Vicious, Psycho Sid, whatever you want to call him. Raven sitting there in his famous iconic Raven pose, while Terry Funk bringing all the plunder in, about to have some hardcore battles. One half of the face is a Fear Meng with his other counterpart of the Dungeon of Doom, the Taskmaster Kevin Sullivan, about to think of some, despicable things to do to the rest of the WCW locker room. Jericho locking in an armbar, one of the 1004 moves on Dean Malenko. There's Mr. Hennig, Kurt Hennig, Mr. Perfect, right up there, posing as the only he could, as Hawk brings the trash can right to the skull of Nasty Boys Brian Knobbs. And then Animal just going in there, laying it in on Jerry Saggs, who's trying to fight for his life, laying against that guardrail. Hacksaw Jim Duggan just got whacked in the head with the shillelagh, as Ray was just looking in disgust at Hacksaw Jim Duggan. timekeeper just looking on, just knowing when to cue everything up to ring the bell. And then here's 6, Scott Hall, Kevin Nash, part of the NWO, looking on as coming from the rafters, it's Sting! And for the actual figures, that's that for the actual setup. But as you can see here in the background, and again guys, this is the debut episode, so this will be a lot longer than a lot of others. I will say that because I will probably need to explain more here. As you go on, you'll probably see more stuff that over time looks familiar, so you'll understand. But here is the Extreme Sets backdrop, where I have these little crowd signs that my good buddy J.R. Earl's Art made. He made for me over the years. He still makes a lot of these signs to me to this day, and I'm very grateful. And by all means, if you want figure signs for your crowd, please hit him up at J.R. Earl's Art on Instagram. He'll be happy to help you guys out and make some crowd signs for you. And you know, these Extreme Sets backdrops, they have like these like blank signs, so I do little sticky tack, and then I just put these crowd signs on there, so that way it looks more like, you know, and especially for now, I put little specific eras like the NWO, whether it be the Black and White or the Wolfpack over there, you know, Goldberg, Four Horsemen, so on and so forth. And actually, and I also did little modifications, like here, as you can see, there's a guy taking pictures. This is a little ball light that I put on there with sticky tack. I poked a little hole where the camera would come, and boom, it looks like he's taking a shot of Nash with the steel chair. And moving on, see more of these signs. This guy right here, he looks like he would be posing with a replica belt, so I cut a little slit, and I take one of these spare belts that I have, because I feel like they have tons of these these big gold belts, not the big eagle, but the big gold WCW belts. So I for the time being, it would be this. So I always think it's kind of cool, because you do see a lot of people bring replica belts to shows, of course. So whatever I can do to little details, the better it just looks. So here's the rest of the overall shot. Lastly, these little banners. This is for my good friend Ring Sturts, my trusted brother Naparo. He made the, as you can see, there's his actual banner. There's his website, ringsturts.googlepages.com. Check him out. And I asked him to make this for me a while back. This is to commemorate WCW NWO Revenge, one of my very favorite wrestling video games. I always enjoyed that game, and still to this day, it's one of my favorite wrestling games to play. You cannot beat any hockey game, to be honest. You could tell me NWO World Tour was your favorite, which actually came out, this is 25 years already that game came out. So, but, you know, that was one of my least favorite ones, World Tour, but by all means, I definitely enjoyed it. And then going here, this is actually from JJ Custom Toy Rings. He had these up on eBay, so I had to grab this as well. WCW. I know it fits more for the early 90s WCW, but why not? Just include it in. And then here is the Jumbotron. This is a New Jersey Devils caddy. I really don't want to remove the cloth, because I do have it pretty snug to cover this up, because normally this is an East Coast setup. Within, like, you know, I guess Prudential Center, Continental Airlines, whatever you want to call it, since I am a Jersey boy. But WCW never went to New Jersey past 1992, because you know, there was weird things going on with Vince McMahon and WCW, where he really didn't want them in the East Coast. That was his territory. So that was that. But you know, just did little things to cover it all up. And you know, like I said, this is a Devil's Remote Caddy, and I have Velcro to attach here, Sorry for that. I have a little Velcro to attach the iPad to. And then I have picture wire that I put black tape on so you don't see the picture wire. And it hooks right here into the roof. Either way, I really hope you all got a kick out of this. And on my next one, I plan on doing an arena showcase of EC Dub. So stay on the lookout for that. And eventually I will get up EMW Decadence. That will be the next show. I apologize for great delays on that one, but I promise it'll be worth the wait. So without any further ado, guys, this has been your boy EMW Figure Shelf, and I'll catch you all on the next one. Peace.